Hey there, welcome to my channel, I'm Daniela and today we are going to make this gorgeous, elegant bracelet with glass beads and pearls. First off, I will tell you what we will need. Let's start with the beads. We will need glass pearls in two sizes. These bigger ones are 6mm and the smaller ones are 4mm. Then I have these tiny Czech Preciosa glass beads in size 10. You can replace them with Japanese TOHO or Miyuki beads in size 11. For the components we will need two clamshell calottes and a clasp. I've got this decorative clasp that I think will look really nice with it. For the thread I'm using Fireline with a 0.12mm diameter, but you can also use nylon, which is commonly used for sewing these bracelets, or you can use some thread for bead weaving like Nymo or S-lon. I'm going to use two needles, but if you don't like working with needles, you can do it without them. If you use nylon, you can easily sew without needles. And then we will need scissors and some pliers, either regular flat pliers or nylon ones. The advantage of nylon pliers is that they won't scratch the metal components. That's it. First I will cut a long piece of Fireline, and when I say long, I mean really long. For making this bracelet we will need about 2.5 meters of thread. Then I will thread one small size 11 bead and move it to the exact middle of the thread. I will join both ends and pass them through this hole in the middle of the clamshell. Then I will squeeze the clamshell with the pliers. I will thread a needle onto each end of the thread and I can start sewing. I will pick up one green bead on either of the two needles and cross it with the other needle. That means I will pass the other needle through the bead and pull tight. I will pick up two green beads on the left side, two green beads on the right side. And one 4mm pearl on either of the two sides and cross it. Pull tight. Now add two green beads on each side. Then add one more green bead and cross the threads through it again and pull tight. Next, I will add gold beads on the sides, which means I need to go back. This also helps make the bracelet stronger and better at holding its shape. First, I will work on the right side, so I will pass the needle through these two beads. I will pick up one gold bead and pass the needle back through these three beads. I will do the same on the left side. Pass the needle through these two beads. Pick up one gold bead and then pass the needle back through these three beads. At the points where the threads cross, it's good to tighten the work. Now I will pass the needle back through the beads to the end. For this second part, the process is pretty much the same, but there will be more beads and the beads in the center will be larger. On each side I will pick up 3 green beads. Then I will cross the thread through one 6mm bead. Again, I will add 3 green beads on each side. And then pick up another green bead where I will cross the threads again. Now it's time to add 2 4mm beads on the sides. I will start with the right side, but it doesn't matter which side you start with. I will pass the needle back through these 3 beads. Pick up 1 4mm bead and pass the needle through the next 4 beads. Then I will do the same on the left side. Pass the needle back through 3 beads. Pick up 1 4mm bead and pass the needle through these 4 beads so that the threads cross again in this bead. Now it's time to go back to the end. So I will pass the needle through the beads on the right side. And finish so that the needle comes out facing left again. I will do the same on the left side. And in this last bead, I will cross the threads again. It's always good to tighten your work at these crossing points. And that's basically it. Now we'll stitch around the bead this way, then that way, and keep repeating this process until we reach the desired length of the bracelet. So I will show you the whole thing again just to be sure. I will pick up 2 green beads on the right side, 2 green beads on the left side, and 1 4mm pearl on either of the 2 sides, and cross it. Pull tight. Now add 2 green beads on each side. Then add 1 more green bead and cross the thread straight again and pull tight. Next I will add gold beads on the sides, which means I need to go back. First I will work on the right side, so I will pass the needle through these 2 beads. I will pick up 1 gold bead and pass the needle back through these 3 beads. I will do the same on the left side. Pass the needle through these 2 beads. Pick up one gold bead and then pass the needle back through these 3 beads. Pull tight, and now I will pass the needle back through the beads to the end. On each side, I will pick up 3 green beads. Then I will cross the threads through one 6mm bead. Again, I will add 3 green beads on each side. And then pick up another green bead where I will cross the threads again. Now it's time to add 2 4mm beads on the sides. I will start with the right side. I will pass the needle back through these 3 beads. Pick up one 4mm bead and pass the needle through the next 4 beads. Then I will do the same on the left side. Pass the needle back through 3 beads. Pick up one 4mm bead and pass the needle through these 4 beads so that the threads cross again in this bead. Now it's time to go back to the end, so I will pass the needle through the beads on the right side. And finish so that the needle comes out facing left again. I will do the same on the left side. And in this last bead I will cross the threads again and pull tight. And we will keep repeating this until we reach the desired length of the bracelet. Now that I've reached the desired length of the bracelet, it's time to attach the clamshell again. I will tie the ends of the thread together and thread them through the clamshell. Then I will add a small bead and make a few knots to secure the bead in place. If you want, you can also add some glue. I will trim off any excess thread and close the clamshell with the pliers. Next, I will attach the clasp. And we are done. Let me know in the comments how you like the bracelet. I have to admit it was supposed to look completely different originally. This process happened quite by chance. I actually wanted to make something else, but this bracelet turned out so well that I decided to make a tutorial for it. I would be thrilled if you subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any new videos. I know it's still a long way to go, but if we reach 100,000 subscribers, I will prepare a huge giveaway with a massive box of my creations worth several hundred, maybe even $1,000 for one of you. So definitely stay tuned. I'm looking forward to seeing you next time. Bye!